I just petted the cat and instantly aged 20 years. I freaked out. Without thinking, I touched it again. This time my palm was suddenly covered in wrinkles. Terrified, I figured it had to be something about the cat. I quickly stroked the cat in the opposite direction. Thank God I went back to how I was. That's when I realized how magical this cat was. I grabbed it and started rubbing its fur fast. In an instant, my body began getting younger right before my eyes, and in no time I was back to how I'd been at 20. I was thrilled. But right then, the cat broke free from my hands and bolted toward a distant alley. There was no way I was letting it go. I took off after it, but the cat was way too fast. By the time I made it out of the alley, it was already long gone. I was a little disappointed, but I wasn't planning on going home yet. I stopped in front of a flashy nightclub instead. I had no idea that decision would haunt me for the rest of my life. A few hours later, I finally went home, feeling pretty pleased with myself, but the sight in front of me scared the life out of me. My wife, the same wife who'd been full of energy when I left, was now barely hanging on. Turned out, while I'd been lost in the nightclub, that cat had wandered into our home. Seeing how tame it looked, she started petting it while reading. Lost in her book, she didn't notice she was aging rapidly. Not until I came home. The cat got spooked and jumped out the window, and my wife was already on her last breath. Racked with guilt, I knelt in front of her. She only had time to touch my face before closing her eyes forever. In that moment, guilt and regret crashed over me like a tidal wave, but it was already too late.